So apparently they had an interview with Fukuhara on console titles. So let's do some reaction. Let's see what they talked about. They had a chance to interview Granblue, blah blah blah. Upcoming console titles, sure. When did work on Rising begin? We worked on Rising while we were still actively updating Versus, so I can't give you an exact date. AKA, please don't ask that question. Probably just quite recently. But before we began developing the game in earnest, we created the 3D models for the new characters ahead of time. That work started in January 2021. Wow! How much of the new features and updates in Rising were suggested from Arc System versus Cygames? Cygames and Arc System Works held a lot of discussions about what to do with Rising, and we agreed on the following points which made the development process smooth. Don't change the design philosophy of providing an approachable game for beginners. Don't increase the speed of the game. Increase the number of ways that the Skybound art gauge can be used without overcomplicating the game systems. Both companies were similarly aligned with regards to the original GBVersus design philosophies, so I feel like we have built a great rapport. You know what's funny? This actually made the game a whole lot worse from what I remember. From what I was told by my friend who plays a lot of Versus with other Japanese players, funnily enough, the stuff that they did in Rising, turns out this is actually a bad thing. A lot of times people didn't really like that. From what I was told. This is what I was told. I do not know if it's really 100% true or not. But my friend who plays a lot with like the local community, JP community for Versus back then, and he played like the beta Rising and stuff, so he had like he did some talking and stuff. Like, they didn't really like the stuff where you can use like your guard crush and stuff, right? Because that was just recently added or something. That thing kind of made the game a whole lot worse. This was what I was told. Like, they were saying like how with stuff like this being added, it made it look like the game has like a lot of like coin flip moments. I'm not sure if you guys really understood that. So like, basically what that really means is like when you approach your opponent, right? There's a lot of scenarios where you can actually set up like Yomi and stuff, like Okizeme and some shit like that. So you purposely set up to the point that it makes it in your favor kind of shit. But there's a lot of times when you set up in that thing, there's a lot of times when you do that in this game, it's mostly just a coin flip. There's really not much else you can do about it. It's like you either gauge whether he's going to do this thing or that thing. If you manage to guess it correctly, you can get out of the corner or something. If you don't guess it correctly, you're fucked. So that's kind of like how it is. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I was told that a lot of the stuff that people were asking for did not really get added into the game, even though they were claiming that they were listening to the players' point of view or whatever, or like comments or some shit. People were saying that, or they were saying that they were following, right? But they were like, I don't think we were asking for this. It's kind of funny. All right. Will there be a benefits for those who have purchased? Oh yes, of course. Why would that not be, huh? If you remain on the same platform, you can carry over previous acquired tournament trophies, EX color, battle pass colors, and what weapon skins and edition Rising contains the entire story mode from Versus, which has a lot of content. So it made it possible to carry over story progress as well. Switching gears here, for players who haven't played Versus but would like to jump ahead into the new story, we made it possible to skip the previous scenario. Wow, skip button! Log in, dude, skip button, dude, sheesh! Wait, so they made an entire new story outside from the for RPG mode or something? How did the idea of Granblue came about? Across game genres, playing against other people online tends to require a vast amount of knowledge and skill, so we wanted to have more casual game for people to enjoy alongside the main course. Not to mention, we received a lot of praise for the online avatars from Versus, and we wanted to find more ways to utilize them. So we put those two concepts together and started developing a full-blown party game. Yeah. Because probably the developers were really having a lot of fun with fucking Fall Guys or some shit. Yeah. Let's give Butter let you claim code for beating the story. Maybe. But I think it's totally different, right? Because it's like a different code, right? With that said, beating another player at a fighting game requires a lot of practice and commitment and achievement, which mirrors the amount of time it will take to reach the endgame content in other genres. Playing games at a high level is fulfilling and extremely enjoyable, and we want as many players as possible to experience this feeling of accomplishment. While Granblue is a different genre from its parent game of Rising, we hope that players of the two games will mingle, leading Granblue's players to take an interest in fighting games. Probably not gonna happen. Is Granblue considered a bonus minigame, or will it be a complete mode? It will be updated post-launch. You'll be able to play Granblues whenever you like. I think some players will have a great time ignoring the fighting modes in favor of Granblues. If it turns out to be popular, I could see us releasing more Granblues games in future updates. I mean, I think the competitive thing in this game, I'll play this instead of the actual fighting game, because I don't know, I'm not really a big fan of fighting games this much these days. What's that? With the updated RPG mode, Granblues, casual match mode, and rank mode all available as ways to play Rising multiplayer, are there any concerns about spreading the players too thin all over the modes? We put a lot of thought into this, but in the end we decided it wouldn't be a problem. One proposed solution was to make rank matches a rotating thing, similar to Blitz mode, but all modes will be available from the moment you start the game. This might end up being a post-release update, but we are also planning to allow players to queue for rank and casual matches directly from online lobbies. I see. Okay. The question seems kinda very, like, normal. One of the qualities of the original GBVersus you have talked about before is the ability for spectators to easily see what's going on in a fight. How easy will it be for spectators to understand the new mechanics? When we discussed Versus to be an easy for spectators to understand, we were referring to viewers who may not know the ins and outs of the game systems. We made the game so those viewers would think, oh, the screen darkens, so something crazy is about to happen, or uh-oh, we pushed them to the wall, so they're about to do mega damage. Easy to digest visuals. I mean, that kind of applies to a lot of fighting games, but sure. While there are new mechanics in Rising, ultimate abilities, raging strikes, improved counter hit markers, etc., they're all simple things that viewers can easily connect to visual and audio cues. Game legibility hasn't changed at all that much from the vanilla Versus, so I think players and spectators alike will still enjoy a familiar viewing experience. Sure. I don't know, this question seems kind of mean. Anira is the first character to be announced for Rising. Can you talk a little bit why she was chosen? The 12 Divine Generals are very popular, so we chose her to be their representative. Well, that's kind of like a dumb answer, but sure. That sounds like a dumb question too. Approximately how many new characters can we expect on launch? Are there specific goals in mind with the new roster, like filling more archetypes representing specific groups like Granblue, etc.? At launch, Rising will feature 4 new characters: Anira, Siegfried, Nier, and Grimnir, who we announced at EVO. Later down the line, we will add 6 additional characters with Character Pass Part 1. It's quite the lineup. Stay tuned. Okay, so now we are in Relink. Oh boy, okay. It has been many years since the first Relink trailers was shown at GBVersus. Yes, with the game finally out due to the beginning of 2024, with the girls inside, how are you feeling about Relink right now? It's been a long road. Yeah, you don't say. We are very sorry that we have made everyone wait so long, but it was a huge accomplishment for Cygames to develop such a mammoth project in-house. And I gained a lot of experience myself. We have all invested a lot of ourselves in this game, as you might imagine, so we can't wait for our fans to get their hands on it. Though Relink started as our first in-house title, Shadowverse Champions Battle actually beat us to release. But it's a great game too, so I think you should check it out. I didn't even check this out. Is that even a good game? Because this is like a different Shadowverse or some shit, right? Wasn't it? Like, it's like Shadowverse, but slightly different with some weeb shit or something. I don't know. I never really bothered checking this at all because I'm not really a TCG guy either. I played the OG Shadowverse like in the beginning for a while, and that's pretty much about it. What do you think were some of the biggest changes between Relink when it first announced till now? This is from very long ago, but we have since changed the protagonist from the original announcement. We actually touched on this during Granblue Fest 2020, which you can check about here. I remember this was they made a character very similar to Jita or something. Yeah, I remember they were saying like this is supposed to be the MC of what's that fucking Relink, right? She looks so much like Jita, but she's not. Yeah, and then it just became like Gran and Jita. As for the game's core design, nothing has changed from the planning stages. Yasuyuki Kaji, the development director, has been part of the project from the original kickoff discussion. He was working at Platinum Games as director then, and he's been working in communication with us since the game's inception. He's been leading the development effort until the bitter end with clear concept in mind. Oh, until the whole Platinum shit stopped. In addition to myself and Kaji, there's one other director from Side Games involved in the project, Sanshiro Hidaka. I believe it's very significant that all three directors have remained on the project from start to finish. Wait, really? So this guy was from Platinum and he stayed all the way till the end? Is that what it is? Did they just hire someone from Platinum or something? Because he says here he said that he's been with the development since the start, right? And this guy was from Platinum Games, so I guess they broke off because the company sucks or something, and then they just joined that guy from them. Since I mean, I guess it also kind of shows a little bit of what happened with Platinum Games, I guess. Since a similar system exists in Versus, the idea of an assist mode was somewhat expected, but the existence of full assist mode was surprising. What made you think of this? We had all types of gamers to try out in the in-house builds. This included people who are skilled action gamers, for those who like action games but aren't great at them, those who don't normally play action games because they aren't skilled at them, and people who enjoy unique gameplay experience like optimizing stats or self-imposing restrictions. We wanted to make an action game that's fun for every type of player, and we wanted to accomplish this by providing an experience for less skilled players that comes close as possible to the experience of a veteran action gamer. Also, similarly to Versus, we wanted to make sure smartphone gamers who aren't really accustomed to console games could have a good time with the game. I'm quite certain when Relink comes out, right, we are going to have full auto setups for raids. Solo raids. I'm very certain we're gonna have that, right? Hell yeah, man. Full auto. Let's go, dude. Full auto Relink. Log in. What's this? We saw the option for different weapons in the most recent demo. How much of an effect will weapons have on the gameplay? Will players be expected to grind for levels and equipment? It better be though. Weapons differ based on their passive traits and stats. We have divided them into categories such as stingers, weapons that boost crits, or defenders, weapons that boost defensive stats. I imagine players will equip weapons based on their individual playstyles or to fit a certain role in their party. Adding on, players will gain bonus stats just by collecting more weapons. So while you equip only one at a time, you get stronger by adding to your arsenal. Okay, this is a homage to the weapon system of the mobile game. Oh, you mean the grid? On top of that, you can swap your weapon skin to whatever you like. So that means that Relink has a grid system as well. I mean, I don't really mind that, but people are just gonna be super confused about the whole grid system because it's a cool system, but it's very hard to understand. Mobile game players only knew about the different places in Granblue via 2D static backgrounds. Can you talk about what it was like expanding these into explorable areas for Relink? The 2D backgrounds in mobile Granblue were drawn using extremely artistic and unique techniques, so it took a long time to render them in 3D. I can kind of imagine that. I remember it was like fairly in the beginning, it was like very stylish and stuff. Sotaro Hori from Side Design Nation, and who drew almost all of the original Granblue backgrounds. Why did I say backgrounds? backgrounds by himself came onto Relink as an art director and helped us get all of the explorable areas looking great. Damn son. These days, photorealistic backgrounds and maps are the norm, but I think Relink's environment have a powerful, creative visuals that really stand out among the crowd. AKA, you just use fucking Unreal Engine and just turn it into your damn thing. Like, you know how Corridor Crew did their whole anime rock, paper, scissors, right? Just use AI, log in. Pretty sure that's not the case, but you know, it's kind of funny to just say that. The announcement of Yoda as a playable character was surprising. How are you deciding the character selection from Relink? Popularity, I'm sure. When deciding on the characters, which characters to include, we take an account of the uniqueness of and depth of their potential playstyles, all while trying to avoid bias. Yeah, choosing Naru was not biased, sure dude! Yoda's moveset focuses on agile moves, so it's fun to make zoom around. Yeah, sure dude! Or try to avoid bias, dude. Dude, the moment you put fucking Naru in there, you know it's fucking biased already because she's so freaking popular. Everybody, you know everybody wants that shit in there. Oh my god. Will there be a gacha component? Oh shit, there won't be. Nani, no gacha component. Nani, poggers, dude, log in. No gacha, dude. Unlike the gacha system we have in a mobile GBF, which is used to obtain new characters and weapons, you unlock new characters as you progress through the story. Furthermore, you can decide to unlock characters in whatever order you like. Oh. Cool. So, yeah, I guess it's kind of like just hub-based and shit, right? Weapons, on the other hand, can be obtained in treasure chests or crafted after gathering materials. Yeah, I can kind of imagine that. All right. Will multiplayer be limited to specific parts of the game? The main story is exclusively single player. Ah, dude. But quest mode can be played either solo or with others. I kind of remember them saying something like that, but like, why though? They had so much time to make the game, man. Why? You know, it would be so much better if you can actually play co-op with this. This sucks, man. Like, the quest mode is just like, okay, it's just straight up like Monster Hunter. I kind of find that a little bit empty and boring sometimes. It's like, oh, let's just do this quest, cause why the fuck not, right? Let's just do this quest together! While playing solo, the CPU will control your allies just like in the main story. Quests found in quest mode have many different objectives, such as exploration, fighting bosses, or defending areas, and with over 100 quests to play, there's a ton of content to sink your teeth into. Wow, sugoi! Can you talk about post-launch content? Should we expect something along the lines of mission packs or something similar to the monthly story events in GBF Mobile? We currently plan to release additional challenging content for players who have exhausted the main content of the game. Relink's story is self-contained and wraps up at the end. Due to the sheer volume of assets we would need to create, it's unrealistic to add story events the same pace we release them for the mobile game. Nor I do think this is something a console title needs to be a fun experience. For the plethora of varied scenarios, I recommend hopping onto the mobile game. Don't. Don't, dude. Don't do it. Just stay in Relink. Don't throw yourself in the Kusoge gacha game. It's gonna be a gating thing too. While doing quest mode, you probably get interrupted by needing to split up and do story unlock quests for a friend to catch up, or wait for a friend to catch up. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, right? That's why I find it really odd. It'd be so nice if they. I don't understand why they don't do it like. I mean, dude, look at Baldur's Gate 3, right? They make a whole entire campaign co-opable, even couch co-op as well. Why is that not a thing? How long did it even take that to make as well? Baldur's Gate was like 10 plus years, right? Isn't it? Which is very close to how long this took, isn't it? First, it took us a long time. Wait, what? Give us a message for all Granblue Fantasy fans overseas. First, it took us a long time, but we are finally able to reveal the release date. Yeah, you don't say. We are very sorry to make all our fans wait so long, but I believe it's become a title packed full of our trademark Cygames quality, and it represents a bold step for Cygames' future in the console market. I would love for you all to play the game and let us know what you think. Second, Rising on November 30th and Relink blah 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 will be releasing within 3 months of each other, which is highly unusual situation for two titles coming from the same IP. I believe if you play both of them, you grow to love the world of Granblue Fantasy even more. Lastly, next year will be the 10th anniversary of the mobile game, so it's heating up to be a great year for all three titles. Expect big things from Granblue. Can we get like 10 free sparks? Right? It's only natural, right, chat? 10 anniversary, 10 free sparks, right? From what I've seen, all the entire interview seems kind of okay. The only thing that only really touched on that is actually interesting was the platinum part. 10 free sparks, farmable stones, 50 bars, unlimited AH Pro. I know, right? Shit, dude. Yeah. I think the whole interview seems kind of like very, very normal. The only thing that probably like other than the platinum shit that I took interest was probably this one, because I was wondering like what kind of like are they going to do like how Versus did when it comes to like collecting characters or whatever in the RPG, because in the RPG in the Versus you're technically gacha, right? There's like some gacha elements in the game where you're actually collecting shit. That's for your weapons or whatever. So it'd be kind of nice if they don't do that. It's quite annoying, honestly. I mean, it's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's annoying. So yeah, I guess that's kind of nice. I mean, for the most part, now that they finally actually do announce it, I am actually very excited for that. I don't really know if how is it going to be at that time, but I definitely will play it. As for making videos for it, I don't know, we'll see, I guess. We'll see how it is, boys. Maybe we can party up with chat or something. And then I have to carry chat again, right? What is this? But so far, I think it's only on consoles, right? Oh wait, there's Steam as well. But the freebies is on consoles only, right? But you see, the thing is, they didn't ask one important question, right? They didn't say... They asked multiplayer, right? Granblue Ian. But they did not ask if you can cross-play. I feel like it's a question worth asking, isn't it? Especially for... Oops. Especially for, you know, Relink when it's so focused on PvE co-op content, right? Other than the single player story thing. Wouldn't it be a really good question to ask that is there crossplay? Did they even ask that question before? I don't even know, because they already confirmed that it's already on PC as well, right? But we don't know if it's crossplay. Like we can co-op in quest mode on PC and PS4 or 5. I don't think there is, right? I got a feeling there isn't though, but it would be nice if they actually could let you do that, but oh well. Yeah, so alright, that's the interview. So let me know what you guys think about this interview as well, or what you guys think. Are you excited for the Rising and Relink? Are you guys excited that Relink is finally a thing? Like, let me know in the comments or whatnot. I would like to read. Till then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.